What's going on, YouTube? So what we're going to talk about today are some recent pickups. I have a lot of different games from different systems, which kind of makes these kind of videos fun because then it doesn't get boring if I just have like Nintendo games or anything like that. And I have current gen stuff, so this is going to be a fun video for me and hopefully for you guys as well. Let's get started. So recently Target was having a buy two get one free sale, and when that happens I always try to take advantage of it. So I got three 3DS games from there. Mario Party Island Tour. Haven't played them yet. Luigi's Mansion, Dark Moon. I can't wait to try these games out. And then this game, really can't wait to play this. Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. And I just know I'm gonna put so many hours into this game. So I'm waiting for like Christmas break or something like that, so I can just sit down and relax and play that game. Next, let's talk about two more 3DS games. Mario Golf World Tour, not quite as good and addicting as I wanted it to be, but still a solid game. Super Smash Bros. For the 3DS is a must-have for the 3DS. It's fantastic. I'm sure the Wii U version is going to be better, but that game is incredible. Next, let's go with 8-Bit Xmas for the year 2014. This game, it's kind of complicated, but I'm learning and I'm getting better at it, and it's really cool. Again, this thing lights up, which is awesome, and it actually makes you Rob the Robot dance, which is also pretty cool. I don't have Rob the Robot, but anyway, the game's fun. It lights up. It plays Christmas music in 8-bit. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. So if you're a fan of the NES, these games are just a must-have. They're fairly cheap. They're like $30. So definitely check that out at retrousb.com. A couple kind of random DS pickups that I got for the cheap. Civ Revolution. My buddy plays this game all the time, and I wanted to try it out because he always talks about it. Another game he plays that he always tries to get me to play is Puzzle Quest. So I guess it's like an RPG version of Bejeweled. So I'm kind of excited about that. I love tower defense games, so someone told me about Ninja Town, so pick that up. Whoever wrote that in my comment section, I really appreciate that. And then Mega Man Star Force 2. Haven't tried this one out. I don't know what type of game this is. It almost looks like an RPG. I don't know. So I just wanted to give this a shot. I love Mega Man games, but it's kind of like it looks like a spin-off version of it. Okay, let's go kind of retro here. Two really weird games that I recently picked up. The Little Mermaid. I'm trying to get like all the Capcom Disney games in box, and so I had to pick up the Little Mermaid. But this game's actually really good. It's easy and fun, but it's actually a fun little water platformer, if you will. And then kind of more of a rare game, Darkwing Duck, in the box, complete. This game I owned, but I didn't have the box, and I'm very happy to add this to my collection. So really, I'm close to the complete Disney Capcom collection for the NES. But obviously, the two that I don't have are the most expensive ones, which is DuckTales 2 and Rescue Rangers 2. I had a chance to buy them recently, but they were way too expensive, and I don't think I'll ever have them, but I'll be looking for them. Next, so I went to a Goodwill recently, and kind of a funny story. It was actually, they didn't have any games, and I'm walking up and down the aisles, and then couldn't find anything. I went over to my wife. I'm like, let's dip. You know, I can't find any games. And then I went back down the one aisle that I went back down 100 times, and they had this just sitting there. I don't know if someone just recently put it back, but it's the Final Fantasy Dissidia. And anyway, I was pumped to get this. It was $2, so not that like expensive a game, but the fact that someone just had one game and this was it in the middle of the aisle, it's kind of cool to have. Okay, let's go back to modern stuff. I went to Greece, like I said, recently, and I picked up two games for the plane ride. Sonic, also Racing Transformed for the Vita, and this game actually is really good. I don't have it for any of the current systems, like consoles, but this is actually a fun game on the handheld, and I'm sure from what I read, everyone's like, it's clunky, it's this, it's that, it's this. So I'm sure if I played the console version, I'd be like, wow, this is so much better than the handheld version. But you don't know, if you haven't played that, you don't know what you're missing. So that game's actually pretty good. And then Same thing with this game. I've never played one of these Batman games on the console, but I wanted to pick it up because it's more of a 2D platformer, which kind of appeals to me. I don't like the open world style that the Batman games are, from what I hear. So that's why I picked up the one for the Vita, and I actually really like it a lot. It adds some really weird, cool kind of touch mechanics, and it's not all 2D. It's like 2.5D or whatever they want to call it. So I really like that game so far. I haven't beaten it yet. Okay, let's keep it going with the NES. A absolutely terrible game that I got just for a couple bucks is The Adventures of Rocky Bullwinkle. I kind of got it because it looked very mint, and I didn't have the game, and it's a little bit of a platformer, but it's a terrible game. And then a game I've been looking for forever is Crash and the Boys Street Challenge, and I was so happy to add this to my collection. I love these games. It's in the same vein as River City Rampage, and so this game is just fantastic. I love button mashers. It's quirky. It's a great game. And then another NES game that I added was Battletoads and Double Dragon, and this is a fantastic beat 'em up. Kind of a harder game to find, but this is a very, I love the cover art, and this is a very good beat 'em up, challenging but fun. The animation on it, it's so good. Okay, let's keep it going. Okay, found this at a flea market, The Tick. It's a beat 'em up, not that good of a beat 'em up, but I've been actually looking for this game. A couple bucks. I mean, you could get it on eBay for like $5, but I think I got it for $2 at a flea market. And then same thing, $2 for Wave Race 64, which I already had, but I can't let this go by for $2. I had to get it. Okay, modern again. Okay, so Mario Kart 8 is incredible. It's probably my favorite Mario Kart game of all time, and I never thought that I would go and say that after I mean, N64 is incredible, and Double Dash is incredible, but I never thought there'd be a better one than that, and here it is. This game beats them all. It's fantastic. It's a must-have for the Wii U. Okay. Then, okay, so at that same flea market, sorry, going out of order, but I found this Resident Evil 2 game in the CDs, and I got it for $2. Actually, no, that was probably $1 for the CDs. And then same flea market, I got Prince of Persia for $1, and I got this game, which actually is kind of rare. If PS2 games are rare, which they're not, but I mean, a $10 PS2 game I think is rare because these games are so dirt cheap nowadays. But anyway, I was happy to add this to my collection. And then at Goodwill recently, they had these. This is Half-Life 2. This is Thief, and then Shenmue 2. Again, people are dumping their Xbox games and their 360 games everywhere, so they're dirt cheap. Let's say with the Xbox One game, this is Halo: The Master Chief Collection. Okay, I was anticipating this game so much, and this game is incredible. However, the multiplayer on this is so broken, it's not even funny. It's not even funny. And I can't believe that they could mess this up. Microsoft could mess it up as much as they did. It is the most disappointing thing. Even now, it's been out for almost a week, and it's still super broken. You can't get into a game. You're waiting in the lobbies. It's so disappointing. But once they fix it, this is going to be my favorite game of all time because Halo 2 is my favorite game of all time. And if you play it in custom matches, you'll see it's the exact same with updated graphics. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. So I'm excited for them to fix that. Okay. Hyrule Warriors, I have not played yet. I just recently picked this one up, and it looks incredible. So I'm very anxious to play this game. I really, for the Wii U, I really just stick with the first party titles, just because they're all good, and you can't go wrong with it. Okay, last but not least, these are two incredible Genesis games that I've been waiting to get my hands on forever. And I am so happy to add these two complete games to my collection. They're not that rare or exciting like Musha, but they're both fantastic games. The first one is Batman, the original Batman for the movie, and I would get this game as soon as you can, because this game I just have a feeling is going to go up in value. It's because it's such a good kind of hidden gem on the system. So check out Batman. And then last but not least, probably out of the bunch here, probably my favorite pickup, Mutant League Hockey. This game is so bizarre and so over the top. It isn't even a hockey game. At one point in the when you're playing, you're fighting, you're setting bombs, traps, like all kinds of crazy stuff in this game. It is a must-have. This and Mutant League Football, which I don't have. I'm trying to track a copy of that down. I played them so much when I was a kid at my friend's house, and then once I saw out how much this was, over the last couple of years, I just couldn't believe it, and finally got my hands on it for a decent deal. And so I'm so happy to have these games in my collection. If you have any questions or comments, let me know. Thanks for watching.